Liang Sicheng and Lin Huiyin and John and Wilma Fairbank began corresponding almost from the moment they met in Beijing.
这封信是写给 Wilma 和 John 的，是他称呼是 Dearest Wilma and Darling John, Phyllis, Love， 就是都是 Phyllis 签名的。我们叫 Wilma 叫费姨，这个小弟是我，宝宝是梁在斌，我姐姐。
But the Liangs filled a role in our experience of China that made a great difference to us, and any account of Wilma and me as cultural intermediaries must include them, as well as their close friend and neighbour, Professor Y.L. Chin. Y.L. Chin was Jean Huiyin, a professor at Tsinghua University who had studied business at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School before becoming interested in politics and philosophy. After attending Columbia University and the University of London, he became a respected scholar in the study of logic. Back in China, he founded and became the first dean of the Department of Philosophy at Tsinghua. As the next-door neighbour of Liang Sicheng and Lin Huiyin in North Zhongbu Lane, he became a close friend of the couple. Today, the lane goes by the same name, although the house is now at number 24. Throughout the early 1930s, two adjacent yards in this lane were a regular party venue at weekends. The hosts were Liang Sicheng and Jean Huiyin, and the guests were scholars who had returned from the UK and the US, as well as young writers. Following Shen Zongwen, I stepped gingerly into the famous yard in North Zhongbu Lane. This was the first time I saw Lin Huiyin. The first thing she said to me was, "I know you write from your heart, and this is something rare." How encouraging this was to me. She was so eloquent, and when she talked, nobody would interrupt. What she had to say was not the familiar small talk of a married woman, but academic remarks of insight that cut straight to the point. Young people came to hear her insightful remarks. Her frankness, talent, advanced thinking and cleverness were common knowledge, yet she hated to be described as smart. She was passionate and artistically creative, and this was not limited to her poetry. Very quick to comprehend and respond to beauty, she had everything people desired to possess. Yet, she was not at all a bookworm. A person who is the opposite of being a bookworm is colourful and charming. The more bookish one is, the less charming one becomes, and I'd rather be colourful than bookish. Look at Lin Huiyin, how colourful she is. Compared with her, how pale and dull I am. She was creatively gifted as a writer, a poet, a woman of great aesthetic sensitivity and broad intellectual interests, and socially charming. The household or any scene she was in tended to revolve around her.
我妈这个人呢，很爱说话，这是她很健谈。所以人家都说她这个都记得她，也到了什么人多的时候，好像就我妈一个人在那儿说。他是能侃侃而谈。他为什么爱说呢？我也想了想，他的这个思维的方式跟我父亲不大一样。我父亲是想很多事情，他自己心里想，你看你不知道他在想什么。我妈可不一样，我妈是一边想一边说，就是他的思维过程你可以看得见的。所以。后来在这个我在想我妈1955年去世啊，正好是我们大搞政治运动之前，她那个劲儿啊，你恐怕要碰到运动，恐怕是够她受的，这是。
To me, a pleasant experience is transient, like magical sparks of fire that disappear almost instantly. It is heartfelt understanding capable of satisfying the emotions and the intelligence. Love is also like this. Lovers are immersed in happiness with each part knowing the other part, and regarding the existence of the other part as the utmost happiness. Everything she or he sees, hears, says and feels is pleasant. Like poetry, love is so fluid, so sweet, and so inexplicable. You are a sunny day in spring, I say. Your smile lights up the breeze, gentle and caressing, dancing between light and shadow. You are the mist of April, soft, gentle and warming at dusk, or the stars shining above, or a fine drizzle that kisses the blooms. It was one of the happiest times in Lin Huiyin's life. She was surrounded by her family and friends, and immersed in philosophy and literary creation. She revealed her happiness in her writing. So gentle, so light, and so refreshing. In the crown made of 100 flowers, you are wonderfully naive and respectably solemn, like a full moon shining in the night sky. You are the blossom in a tree. You are a swallow twittering on a beam. You are love, warmth, and poetry. You are my sunny day in spring.